this can't be by accident. This is a multi-billion-pound company. The amount of checks that these people do before releasing anything is substantial, to say the least. This man, Mr. Gates, wherever he's connected, keep your eyebrows and your eyes open. Welcome to The Remnant. You are The Remnant. I just wanted to do this quick video on this breaking news, trending news. Now, a few weeks ago, before I get into it, I mentioned that I wanted to not only concentrate on topics such as inner healing and deliverance, but I also mentioned the importance of looking across the 7 mountains of influence. Now, some of us and some of you may not even agree with that, that teaching or that ideology, but in my personal opinion, not necessarily basing it on a teaching as such, but just looking at those 7 mountains or those 7 elements, I believe that they are true. What are the 7 mountains of influence? The 7 mountains of influence are family, religion, education, I got it up right here, media, entertainment, business, and government. Now, I believe that if we're to prepare ourselves as the remnant, it's important to be able to see what is going on in the world, see what is going on in each of these different areas. I believe that we can't timeline things effectively and efficiently if we're not aware of what's taking place across society. Now, every society is made up of these elements. Like we can't deny it. Family is at the backbone of society. Religion, education, media, entertainment, business, and government. These are all elements that make a functioning society. Okay. Now, as Christians, I think we will be blindsided if we only look in one area. If we look in one area, we're not going to see what the enemy is doing in the world. And we're not going to be able to fully see what the Lord wants to do in each of these areas either, because we're just focused on ourselves. And this is something even that I've had to kind of transition from. A lot of times as Christians, we're so concentrating on, what's going on in my life. I need to strengthen my faith. And there's nothing wrong with that. We do need to strengthen our faith, but a lot of times it can become a lot of, myself, and I, and everything becomes about me. However, I believe that we need to transition into what is it that God cares about? What is it that, God's heart is toward? Because our heart needs to be in tune with God's heart. We need to care about things that God cares about. And I believe personally that God cares about the nations. He cares about what's taking place. Because if we look in Psalms 82, I mentioned it in a couple of episodes ago, it talks about God inheriting the nations to himself. So at God's heart is a desire for the nations. Now, why do I say all of this? Because we need to understand what is going on in the family. Because I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there's been a breakdown in the family over years, whether that's fatherlessness, whether that's, breaking down of masculinity, whether that's, the divorce rate skyrocketing through the roof to the point where, people are getting married just to get divorced, not understanding the importance of a vow. A vow is lifelong. And I'm not saying that things don't happen, but I'm saying we've created a society where divorce is an option, right? And it's a natural option. So we jump out of it as soon as anything happens, like we're boyfriend and girlfriend, if we look in education, we need to look and see what's going on in the world. We need to look and see what's going on in our schools, what's being taught to our children, because what we were taught when I was growing up is very different to what's being taught now. There's so much ideologies that are being taught in the schools. Like, I'm very worried that if I send my kid to school one way, they might come back believing something else, because we live in a different age and a different time. And that also coincides with the breaking down of families. When we look in media, entertainment, we need to understand what is happening. Why is everything all of a sudden so satanic? Why has it increased in the last few years? We need to begin to look at these things, and business and government and politics, because politics and law, these are the things that govern a nation. Lord God. Now, the breaking news. What's the breaking news? I just got sent this video and I'm like, listen, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is prophetic. I'm not saying what I'm saying is divinely inspired, but as a human being, I can see patterns and trends. Okay. And I definitely can see patterns and trends when it comes to the big techs, when it comes to the multi-millionaires and billionaires. Okay. Now, if you didn't know, Microsoft has just crashed, or there's been a major outage, of all products that are Microsoft. And I just got sent this video. Let's watch this video.
Airlines, supermarkets, TV news channels, banks.
You hear that? Even the banks are impacted by the outage.
Around the world are affected by this massive IT outage, thought to be linked to Microsoft's business computer systems. Here in the UK, the biggest impacts so far are at the London Stock Exchange, where some systems are down. Sky News is reporting problems with transmission. Ryanair has warned customers to expect long delays at airports. And the train companies, Great Northern Rail and TransPennine Express, are reporting problems. A reporter at The Telegraph says all their PCs in the newspaper's office are down. That's what we know so far in the UK, but it's also causing huge problems in other parts of the world.
So this is not Microsoft just in the UK, because obviously I'm in the UK, those that don't know. So this is not just affecting America, this is affecting the globe. Of course it is.
In the United States, several airlines have grounded flights. They include American Airlines and Delta, but they've not confirmed whether it's directly due to the outage. In Alaska, emergency services are affected. The state troopers there say many 911 call centres are not working correctly across the state. In Australia, it seems to be hard hit. The broadcaster ABC's been affected, as well as supermarkets and banks.
So basically, the whole of society has been impacted. Now, I don't know what you think. You can leave comments below of what you think. Now, I personally believe this isn't, this can't be by accident. This can't be, oh, things just went wrong. Okay? This is a company. This is a multi-billion-pound company, right? The amount of checks that these people do before releasing anything is substantial, to say the least, because they know where their software is. Now, it's my personal opinion that this cannot be an accident. And I'm not trying to go down the conspiracy line. Maybe I am. I don't know what's happened. I don't know for sure what's happened, but I know for one thing that everything now is about power and about control. Okay? And if there's, and this is just my personal opinion, and I know that this man, Mr. Gates, you know, might not be the CEO anymore, but I'm sure that this man has major influence. I'm telling you, wherever he's connected, keep your eyebrows and your eyes open. Okay? I'm not going to say everything that happened 3 years ago in this video. I will make another video, but I'm telling you, I do not trust this individual at all, and anything connected to this individual. You're telling me that this multi-billion-pound company just crashed. This is the same man, and this is the same person, right, that is saying that we need to prepare for the next pandemic when there isn't a pandemic. This is the same person that in 2015 was talking about a surprise outbreak that we need to prepare for. This is the same individual and the same corporations that are talking about depopulation. There's too many people on the planet. Okay. This is the same person that is speaking about that we need to not eat meat anymore and that we need to start producing synthetic and artificial meat. This is the person that wants to cover, make a protection by spraying something. He wants to protect us from the sun and the ozone layer by spraying things in the air that will affect us all. This is the individual that is buying up all the land. I'm telling you something. There's something fishy about this. There's something definitely fishy about this, and I do not trust it. I do not trust this is by accident. Let's watch this video of this man.
We need to be prepared for the next pandemic. We're not prepared for COVID-19, so we need to do better. And we need to be committed to make sure all tools get out to everyone in the world. China's expertise and resources and manufacturing capacities will help us meet those needs.
I'm sorry. It's just me. I don't trust this. I don't trust this is by accident. I think we need to analyze this. I think we need to have our eyes open and our ears open and see what are they really trying to do, because I know that they're trying to introduce, you know, even the central banking system. How are they going to work this digital currency in? Let me know what you think about this crash. I know that I haven't really said much. I've just made light comments, but let me know what you think. And yeah, it'll be really interesting. So from the Remnant, God bless. See you next time.